Pisces friends, and welcome to your horoscope for May of 2022. And Pisces, you may notice we are in a little bit of different location. I've actually got you out on vacation with me, so hopefully this adds a little something nice to your May energy, because May is certainly busy. The energy will speed up as we get into Gemini season, but it is also, Pisces, I think, a time where there are real blessings available to you, or depending on where you're at in your development, it may be some real course corrections that are available to you as well. We've got not only Mercury going retrograde, which is great for us to rethink at, re-look at, re-edit at, unite at different places. And for you, this will be in the fourth house space. So domestic things around home, things around how do you feel like you fit into your home or the home of people around you. We've also got Jupiter moving into Aries for the first time in 12 years. This is a real nice omen around your financial situation. So that's absolutely lovely energy. We're also going to have a lunar eclipse in the energy of Scorpio. This will light up your ninth house space. So all things that have to do with your higher mind, faith, legal things, immigration things, certifications, international travel, all of these things will be lit up, and we'll be taking a look at where you're kind of sucking out the power struggle in order to advance and like push towards your horizons, very much so ninth house concepts. Now also we have got Mercury moving home into domicile in the energy of Aries, and Venus moving into domicile in the energy of Taurus. So really, it's a pretty busy month, but I'm just hoping that you're willing and you're ready and you understand how much absolute growth has been done. Not that you're not trying to do something anymore. It's already happening. The growth has already been in progress, right? And from here, you have an opportunity to kind of watch it blossom out. So let's get in here and talk about what's going on this month. Right at the beginning of the month on the 2nd, we're going to see Venus move into the energy of Aries. So right there into your second house. Now, Venus in Aries, the impulse, trust me, I have Venus in Aries. The impulse is to go out and get it, like clunk what you want over the head and drag it back to your lair of money, okay? Not doing that. What we want to do with Venus energy, a better use, is to remember that Venus is an attracting energy. So you're attracting in what you would like in your second house of resources. This is money, how you go out and make money, the creative skills and talents that you have that are of value that can bring money to your table, the possessions that you have, right? These are also in value, but your own self-worth, your self-esteem, all of these things fall into that energy of your second house. And when we're talking about Aries, we want to put out a fresh idea, put out something bold, put out something direct, put out an energy where you think this is worth fighting for me, and then let Venus attract in the opportunity to you. Now, Venus naturally, as she comes to any house, is likely to bring some benefit. So you could see some finances just showing up for you where you're like, oh, finally, you know, maybe there's a promotion or just manna from heaven shows up for you. These are real options. Or it's like, I wasn't sure what I needed to do with money, or how I was going to get the money for a particular project or something like that. And you might get a little bit of a relief and a solution here. Now on the 3rd, we're going to see Jupiter and Pluto come into a sextile. Jupiter at this point is still in your sign and is one of your ruling planets, so quite comfortable. Pluto is retrograde in the energy of Capricorn. So there's really this opportunity with the sextile, Pisces, to not only have the pocket of opportunity there, right? Like the opportunity is presented, but then we're taking intelligent action to make the most of that opportunity. And there's this sense for you around this that you and groupings of people, you know, Pisces, is there a grouping of people that maybe you've kind of been on the outskirts of or something like that? But Pluto is retrograde at this time. So it's really this conversation of going back into it. What are you motivated to do to grow, right? Because some piece of you has had to mature and die off so that the other piece of you can live. But now under this sextile, you're motivated to not only have a solution, but you're willing, I think, to grow into whatever that solution is. And as well, it's a very ambitious goal. Whatever you're going to take on is very ambitious, but it is about your growth, and this gives you an opportunity to be able to do that. It's almost, the vision I have of it is that there's either something around a group that you used to be a part of, or one that you've just been on the fringes of, and you're trying to find a way to make your way in it, but it's going to take some act of surrender in order for you to fall in there and be able to really take advantage of those benefits. Now, on the 4th and the 5th, we're going to see the Sun and Uranus come together in the energy of Taurus. So in your 3rd house, unexpected things can happen. 3rd house, siblings, communications, teaching, learning, writing that book, your website, buying and selling of things. I keep seeing contracts for you, Pisces, so please let me know in the comment section down below if this is, you've got an important contract, maybe a housing contract or something like that that's going on. But I just want to tell you, on the 4th and the 5th, please expect the unexpected, okay? Now, as we get to the 10th, big circle on the calendar, it's a busy, energetic day. We've got one planet jumping forward, one moving backwards, and then in a couple days from this, we're going to have an eclipse. So it is vibrationally concentrated in this particular energy, okay? So on the 10th, we've got Mercury stepping into retrograde at 4 degrees of Gemini. This is going to light up your 4th house space, home, family, real estate, property, your own home, your own sense of home, things even about your past or your roots. I really feel like the question of home may feel very scattered for you at the beginning of this month. Like, it may feel like it's all over the place. Still, what am I doing? Should I be doing this? Should I not be doing this? Should I move here? Should I get a roommate? Should I not? Right? Just lots of questions about home. Is this the right grouping for me to join? Right? There's lots of homebound kind of questions available here. And as Mercury is retrograding from this 4 degrees to 26 degrees, and we'll see the end of the retrograde on June 3rd, the end of the full cycle June 18th back at 4 degrees of Gemini, you have these degrees to consider what you should be doing here to relook at it, revise, re-edit, reconnect, rethink, reunion, right? Now, please keep in mind too, Pisces, if you've got Mercury retrograde in your chart, instead of a pulling in during the retrograde period, it may be something that's pulling you out. It's like, yes, go out and please make that decision, right? Regardless of the direction of your Mercury, we do not hide under rocks during Mercury retrograde, but you're just a little bit mindful that you may need to do something again or do something at all, especially if your chart is, if your Mercury's in retrograde in your chart. Now, on the same day, we've got Jupiter moving into the energy of Aries, so breezing out of your sign, it's been in there, okay, and it will be back this year as well, but breezing out into the energy of Aries, and it is like, whew, the energy of expansion into your 2nd house. This is a benefic energy, an energy that you resonate with quite well, moving into Aries, where Jupiter feels a lot more comfortable moving through the airs and the fires of Aries. So it can feel like your finances, maybe you have hope for your finances. You have an actual view of where you can take this thing. It can expand your finances. You've been waiting, you've been working, you've been whatever, and it can bring an expansion to this particular area. All that will be required is that you use those Aries qualities. Be willing to fight for what you need and what you want, and be willing to initiate. You just need to initiate. If you will go forward after what you want, the blessings and the luck of Jupiter will scoop up behind. Now, to the other side, depending on where you are at in your growth process, because Jupiter is so much about wisdom, and you've got to have experience to get wisdom. If somehow the financial area of your life is out of whack and it's kind of spinning off those tracks, you can see it inflate, right? You can see that feel like a bigger challenge. So in this area, I would tell you, while Jupiter is here, look at where something's maybe excessively out of balance. Are you spending too much money? Are you not aware of where your money is going at all? Do you have a lot of money and you can be spending it, but you're being wasteful, right? What's going on in the excesses, Jupiter, of your financial area? But to the other side, my goodness, please enjoy it. There is actual delicious potential for you financially this month. Not to mention that Venus will be coming to this area of your chart, later is in this area of your chart already before it moves later out of this area. So there is a lot of vibrational financial benefit available to you here. Now, as we get to the 16th, we're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in the energy of Scorpio at 25 degrees. And this eclipse, friends, I will tell you, I think is really holding our feet to the fire. I really think it's holding our feet to the fire. This eclipse is square Saturn in Aquarius, okay? Now, why I say that I think it's holding our feet to the fire is, first of all, a full moon would like us to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. So we are looking to course correct here in some way, right? So in Scorpio, it's like, what am I power struggling with? What is dead here that is preventing me from moving forward? That is really the question, because it is a question of transformation. But squaring this Saturn, I think the question a lot more specifically is, where am I willing to grow up, surrender something so that I can move forward? There's no change without surrender. There's no change without giving something else up. But what is it this time that I can see over this next 6 months that is absolutely keeping me in a power struggle, in a holding pattern? You know, where do I need to surrender and demonstrate some actual, not just faith, but trusted faith? In this 9th house, where do I need to stop talking about school and actually go to school? Where do I keep trying to just gain more education instead of actually doing the work? These are the questions of this Scorpio energy, but I also feel like the potency of an eclipse makes us willing to do the work and let the changes come to us. So please let me know in the comment section down below, how is this changing for you, right? You can't want to do astrology. You've got to come on out here and do it. You know what I mean? Now on the 20th, we are going to see the sun enter into the energy of Gemini, bringing light, heat, life, vitality. It's busy. Your 4th house will be busy. So you may feel like you are genuinely kind of scattered all over the place. Lots of decisions to be made, lots of conversation, and you might not feel solid, right? Gemini is an air sign. It's a double sign. You might feel like it could be this, it could be this. It could be this, it could be this, right? So you might be having that feeling, and I'm telling you, lean into the Mars energy that's coming around the corner here. On the 22nd, we're going to have Mercury, who is already retrograde in Gemini, slide back into the energy of Taurus. So go back into your chart from 4 degrees of Gemini all the way back to 26 degrees of Taurus, right in that very specific area of your chart. What have you been working on? What came up for you? What came to your attention? Because that's what the retrograde is going to have you looking after, okay? Now, on the 24th, Mars moves into Aries, and I say make great use of this because, one, it's great for your finances. You can get out there. There's movement. There's some strategy. There's some hustle behind it. But also, with all of the Gemini energy moving around and you have to make decisions, Mars in Aries is single-focused, right? So this gives you an opportunity to take action. Be clear. It takes action to move forward with financial decisions, value decisions, worth decisions, but you're very single focused. Mars in Aries is not moving all over the place. It's taking action right here. Here's what I'm working on. So put your head where your hands are at and initiate your actions there. And the rest of the swirling that's happening will settle and you'll get clarity on where to go. But the thinking mind, the mind can come up with a million scenarios. Put your head where your hands are and do what needs to be done right here. The rest really will sort itself out. Okay, when we get to the 28th, Venus moves now into the energy of Taurus. So this is going to line at your 3rd house base. This is great. This may be also helpful for making financial decisions if you have to make them in a contract. You need to buy something. You need to sell something. You need to move. Right? Venus will be very, very helpful here. But Venus is also asking in the 3rd house to bring up your pleasure principle in your mind, like this delicious thing that we've got going all up here, this mental space. What are you in love with right now? What do you love, Pisces, about your mind and the way that it works? And are you enjoying your mind right now? Right? Is it quiet enough, steady enough for you to actually enjoy the space of your mental capacity? Are you enjoying conversation with siblings? Are you enjoying or making decisions about contracts that bring pleasure into your life? What's the pleasure principle in the 3rd house area of your chart? Let me know how that's going in the comment section down below. I would love to know who out there is experiencing the genuine joy and pleasure of the mind. Now, as we close this month, we've got a new moon at 9 degrees of Gemini. So we're planting our seeds of intention here in Gemini in the 4th house area, right? And I think this is incredibly useful. I do think it takes several more weeks after this particular new moon, but this is useful for to plant your seeds of intention. Okay, I've had all this Gemini energy floating around, things stirring up, a Mercury retrograde's blown through there as well. What do I need to do? Please bring me information. Please bring me networking. Please bring me resources that help me make a clear path decision. But remember, Gemini being scattered is not necessarily a bad thing. It will go out and raise its arms out and its wings out to gather resources and information, and we need information to be informed in the decisions that we are going to be making. So it's actually quite helpful. So you plant your seeds of intention, let your curiosity run wild, and ask the universe to help reveal to you what it is that you need to see in terms of information, resources, people, decisions, so that you can come to an informed decision for yourself. All right, my absolutely beautiful Pisces friends, I hope you have a gorgeous month. I look forward to connecting with you next month, and please don't forget to share your month with me in the comment section down below. Bye, my beautiful friends.